All right, we are ready to do the final thing on our basket, and that is to create the braided rim that you see on our sample basket here. It's very dramatic and it's fun to do. It's really not that hard. Just a few things that we need to be a bit careful about with this because we're using this round reed that is pretty fragile. So I am now in my put this up a little bit so you can see it. A couple of things I'm doing here. The first is that I am soaking just about 6 pieces of my colored reed. I'm not going to soak it all at one time because it tends to start losing its color if we soak it for longer periods of time. So I have about 6 pieces out of my 24 in the colored reed basket, in the soaking basket. And then in the other bin for my natural reed, I've put all of it in there because it doesn't matter. And I've also, as you can see, put my basket in here so that I have re-soaked the rim to get these round reed twining loops wet again, because what we're going to be doing is actually inserting 2 pieces of the 12-inch pieces of round reed under these twining loops to create the braid. So one of the things we have to be really careful about is that we don't break these. So I have a couple of tools out here I'm going to show you. There is a basket tool called an awl, AWL. Looks almost like and I think it's very much like an ice pick. So if you happen to have an ice pick, you could use that. The other thing I've experimented with a little bit is a butter knife. So it has a rounded tip, so it's not going to stick you when you do this. And this one happens to be very thin. You want something thin. You don't want to stick something very thick under these, because again, what we're trying to do is not break them. And I'm actually going to soak this again when I get halfway around with my braid, just to re-wet them in hopes of not breaking any of these, because they actually they secure the braid to the rim. And to get that braid at the number 2 round under there, what I'm going to show you is we just need to pry this up a little bit. I'm trying to be really careful here. We just need to pry it up enough to get the pieces of reed under it. But you can see this is a little wider than the awl, so the awl comes in handy for this step because so I have plenty of these. If you decide, no, I'm not going to even try it with the knife, I want to do it with the real tool, with the awl, I can get one of these to your door and I'll leave it there for you so that you can use it. I'll disinfect it and put it in a plastic baggie. And then when you're finished with it, you can just get it back to me. They're about $2 if you want to keep it. If you think you're going to do other baskets, they do come in handy for several types of baskets, but you don't have to. I'm glad to loan it to you. I'm going to stop for a minute so I can get the colored reed ready, and the natural reed, we're going to pair them up again. The color goes on the inside, and so we're going to create a loop with the color on the inside and the natural on the outside, and I'll show you that in just a moment.